Hare Krishna, this morning we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 5, entitled The Demigods Appeal to the Lord. Text 5 and 36. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Asit Taranir Devyanam Chaimayo Brahmana Esha Vishnam Garam Cha Mukter Amritam Cha Mrityu Prasidatam Na Sa Maha Vibhuti. Yes Chakshurasit Taranir Devayanam Chaimayo Brahmana Esa Deshayam Dvaram cha mukte amritam cha mrityu Pasiratam na samaha vibhuti Chakshurasit taranir devayanam Chaimayo brahmana esa deshnam Dvaram cha mukte amritam cha mrityu Pasiratam na samaha vibhuti Chakshurasit taranir devayanam Chaimayo brahmana esha deshnam Dvaram cha mukte amritam cha mrityu Pasiratam na samaha vibhuti
Chakshurasi taranir devayanam Traimayo brahmana esha dishnam Dvaram cha mukte amritam cha mrityu Prasidatam na samaha vibhuti
Chakshurase taranir devayanam Traimayo brahmana esha dishnam Dvaram cha mukte amritam cha mrityu Prasidatam na samaha vibhuti
Chakshurasti taranir devayanam Traimayo brahmana esha dishnam Dvaram cha mukte amritam cha mrityu Prasidatam na samaha vibhuti
Dvaram cha mukte
Yachakshurasit Tanirdevayana Trayimayo Brahmana Esha Dishnyam Dvaram Chamukter Amritam Chamrityu Prasidatam Nasa Mahavibhuti
Chakshurasi Devayana Trayimayo Brahmana Esha Dishnam Dvaram Chamukte Amritam Chamrityu Prasidatam Nasa Mahavibhuti
Yet, that which, Chakshu, eye, Asit, became, Tarani, the sun god, Deviyanam, the predominating deity, for the path of deliverance, for the demigods, Sri Maya, for the sake of guidance in, Karmakanda, Vedic knowledge, Brahmana, of the supreme truth, Isha, this, Dishnyam, the place for realization, Dvaram Cha, as well as the gateway, Mukte, for liberation, Amritam, the path of eternal life, Cha, as well as Mrityu, the cause of death, Prasidatam, may he be pleased, Nah, upon us, Sa, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mahavibhuti, the all-powerful. Translation: the Sun God marks the path of liberation, which is called Archiradhi Vatma. He is the chief source of understanding the Vedas. He is the abode where the absolute truth can be worshipped. He is a gateway to liberation, and he is the source of eternal life, as well as the cause of death. The Sun God is the eye of the Lord. May that Supreme Lord, who is supremely opulent, be pleased with us. Please repeat. The Sun God, marks the path of liberation, which is called Archiradi Vartma. He is the chief source for understanding of the Vedas. He is the abode where the absolute truth can be worshipped. He is the gateway to liberation. And He is the source of eternal life. As well as the cause of death. The Sun God is the eye of the Lord. May that Supreme Lord, who is supremely opulent, be pleased with us. The Sun God is considered to be the chief of the demigods. He is also considered to be the demigod who watches the northern side of the universe. He gives help for understanding the Vedas, as confirmed in Brahma Samhita 5:52. Vichakshuresa savita sakamasadhanam Rajya samasta sudamurti rashesha teja Yasya gyanam vidhi samvarkachara chakro Govindamadi purusham namam bhajami. The sun, full of infinite effulgence, is the king of all the planets and the image of the good soul. The sun is like the eye of the Supreme Lord. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, in pursuance of whose order the sun performs his journey, mounting the wheel of time. End of quote. The sun is actually the eye of the Lord. In the Vedic mantras, it is said that unless the Supreme Personality of Godhead sees, no one can see. Unless there is sunlight, no living entity on any planet can see. Therefore the sun is considered to be the eye of the Supreme Lord. That is confirmed here by the words Yachakshurasit, and in the Brahma Samhita by the words Yachakshu Savita. The word Savita means the sun god. Om Ajnana Tanandajnana Samakaya Chakshurudasmai Srishasvai Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutare Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prasharine Nevishesha Sundari Vashtaharine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jai Vaidya Radha Saraswati Gaurabhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Verse 35, there's no purport. Fire, which is born for the sake of accepting obeisance in ritualistic ceremonies, is the mouth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Fire exists within the depths of the ocean to produce wealth. And fire is also present in the abdomen to digest food and produce various secretions for the maintenance of the body. May that supremely powerful Personality of Godhead be pleased with us. 36. The Sun God marks the path of liberation which is called Archiradi Vartma. He is the chief source for understanding of the Vedas. He is abode where the absolute truth can be worshipped. He is a gateway to liberation, and He is the source of eternal life, as well as the cause of death. The Sun God is the eye of the Lord. May that Supreme Lord, who is supremely opulent, be pleased with us. These are the prayers of the demigods appealing to the Lord. They're in trouble. The demons have usurped their position, their rightful position as administrators of the universe, and they don't like it, and they're going to the Lord for help. Who else can help them? They're the rulers of the universe, and the rulers have been conquered, so they have no option to go to the Supreme Lord. So they're going to the Lord, which we have heard resides in Svetadvip, in a spiritual planet within the material world near Dhruvaloka. And so this is where they go, and they go to the ocean, the island, Svetadvip. Sweta means white. white island. It's in the middle of an ocean of milk. They go to the ocean of milk and they chant various prayers. And here in this Hindu chapter, it says that Brahma had actually never seen the Lord before. Then he goes on to Brahma because he's actually the first born. And with him, then he takes him to the ocean of tragedy. And he said that he has never actually seen the Lord. And they offer the prayers. Often they chant the Purushottam, the prayers for his others, which is similar prayers. And because they're more or less describing the universal form of the Lord, and they're describing all the opulences of the Lord here. And he generally doesn't appear either. He generally doesn't show himself. They would either be a voice will answer them. Yes, I will come very soon. Don't worry. Be patient. I will come and help you out. Or Brahma will get the inspiration. Only he would hear it. The inspiration within the heart. He would hear the message within the heart, and then he could tell the demigods what happened. So here in these prayers, they're glorifying the Lord. How can the Lord be glorified? We don't know the Lord, but we can, whatever's great in this, what we can perceive as great, then we can use that as an example of the Lord's greatness, how everything it is depending on Him. He is maintaining and creating all of these things. So then they explain all these are the type of prayers that they're actually offering, because they don't actually know the Lord. So they mention, just like in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentions in the Vibhuti, he mentions his opulences, the opulences of the Absolute. He's mentioning how he is the mountains, the mirror, the immovables, the Himalayas, the waters, the ocean, the fishes, the shark, and all the great things, all the the best things, the most powerful things, the most opulent things. That is, Krishna says, that is me. That's a representation of me. You can't understand my greatness, but whatever's great in this world, you can. It's representing me. Whatever's the best, that represents me. We have to have some paradigm, right? Some guidelines to. We're conditioned by these three dimensions. We need boxes. We need support. We need walls to references. But the Lord has no reference. There's nothing to refer the Lord to, because He's actually everything and He's unlimited. And He's beyond everything at the same time. Krishna says all these opulences, they're just a spark of my real splendor. This is just to give you a hint of my actual wonders. And because He says, no, He creates everything. He says He enters everything. He's all pervading everything. And still, at the same time, He doesn't enter into it. He has a one side of one part of Him which is always aloof. So how can you describe that? There's nothing to compare with, because He's actually different from everything He creates. But we can understand it. There's so many wonderful things here, and how wonderful opulent the Lord must be, whoever He is. And He's everywhere in one form, or one formless form, or millions of forms. So many forms. He's everywhere, right? In the atom, in between the atom, as a super soul. Or he's all pervading energy, and the influence of his powerful energy. It's everything is resting in that. Brahmati Jyoti, light. It's the source of all the light. Everything is resting in that. It's also Him. So there are different aspects which we can worship the Lord they're all true, right? Brahmati, Paramatmati, Bhagavan, Satyate, they're all true, they're all the Lord. So, but which is, it's difficult to distinguish between, what is what, who is actually the Lord, or who comes first or who comes second. It's not an easy thing. Because it's very, 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 very small. And we come way down the line. We appeared, the creation was already there. When we appeared, before the intelligence appeared, then there was, the creation was there. So we were very limited in our sphere. We have mind, intelligence, and that's it. The intellect, how far can the intellect go? All we know is earth, water, fire, air, sky, mind, intelligence, and identity. We don't know anything beyond that. That was all after the given in the universe. So how can we understand what is beyond, or how it's actually all working unless we hear? So, but in any case, whoever that Lord is, this is who we're worshipping, because we know that we're the administrators and we get in our potency from somebody. And it's not our potency, we understand that because we've just been defeated by the demons, so we're not all powerful, because there are people more powerful than us, and obviously there's somebody more powerful than the demons. And so that is the Lord. We've heard there is the Lord, He is the all-powerful. We've heard from our Lord Brahma. He has told us that there is a supreme Lord. So then Brahma's offering these prayers of how the essential things in life, like fire. We need fire to cook food, to eat, to keep warm. If there's no fire, there's fire in the body, digestion, we can't digest without that fire. Fire's there, right? The body's warm. Where does it come from? Where does the heat of the body come from? So it's coming from the Lord. And when the Lord leaves the body, it goes cold, right? When the soul leaves the body, then the super soul leaves the body, then the body becomes very quickly cold. So that He is and Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, He is the fire of digestion as big as a thumb. So here we're saying this: he's represented fire, and the Lord eats through the fires, the yogic fires. The Brahma is worshipped through the fire. And He's accepting the obeisances of charu, sweet rice and other things, grains, ghee, into the fire. So the flames, they're considered the tongue of the Lord, the yogi. So that's how we worship Him. So the fire is very important, as well as the ingredients that we have to put in the fire, like the sweet rice and the milk, or the ghee especially. So then therefore the cow becomes very important, because it's one of the ingredients we use to worship the Lord. Now, and the sun god is a very important factor, right? There's no sun, and everything's life would be unlivable here. Right? There's no sun, no light, the plants won't grow, we won't get warm, and we can't see anything. So it'll be horrible. So it says here that the sun god marks a path of liberation. He's a promenading deity for the path of deliverance for the demigods. Deviyanam, or Archibadi Varnam, that's another name. It means there's two paths for liberation, salvation. One is the Devayana, or this Archibadi, or the Pityanam. Devayanam is the path for the devas, which will lead to Devaloka, and the other one is Pitris. Pitri leads to the Pitriyana, goes to the forefathers. And the sun god, he marks this path. He marks his path with the sun rays, which is called the sun rays are the predominant deity is Archis. He's the deity of the sun rays. So by his sun rays, he illuminates the path for liberation, or to Pitriloka, for the pious people. And it says those who in the Bhagavad Gita, those who live in the light, in the 6th month of the sun going to the north, they get the great destination, which is very certain, no? When is it? Huh? When is it? How many days? 3 days, no?
14 January.
Usually 14 Jan, no?
14th of January, okay.
15th.
Stay alive till the 14th of January. And you get a good destination. But like Bhishma was waiting for that time, right? It says during that time, Bhishma, he instructed Yudhishthira, and they instructed him in the science of devotion, because Bhishma came here because Bhishma's grandfather is Janu Muni in Janudri, across the river. Janu Muni was when Bhagirath brought Ganga down. He was going really fast on his chariot. He was making a canal that the Ganges would follow. And when they came through here, then they washed his Ashman cup away. So he didn't like that. So then he dumped the Ganga. So opened his mouth and swallowed the Ganga. Mystic yogi. Then back around his guy going, hey, where's that sound? No splashing. He looked at him out. Ganga, well, yeah. Come back, nothing. Then he sees Jamimuni sitting there. Then he can understand, so he prayed to him that please, so many generations we've been trying to bring Ganga Devi down. Please. Then Janu released Ganga from his knee or from his thigh. That's called Janu. So therefore she's known as Janavi. Yeah, she's known as Janavi. Janavi Datani. On the bank of the Ganga in Navadvip. So then Ganga Devi is known as the daughter of Janu, and Bhishma is the son of Ganga. So he came here to see his grandfather, Janu. And Janu instructed him about the glories of devotional service and the glories of the Dham. Now this place is not part of the material world. And he said Bhishma has an eternal form here, blackish color like Krishna, with 12 tilaks. So then and that's some of this confidential knowledge that was given to Yudhishthira when they came to see Bhishma when he was leaving his body. So he also gave some confidential knowledge of Bhakti and Lord Chaitanya to Yudhishthira, how the Lord appears in the golden form, and I think it's mentioned in Mahabharata. So that planet is said to be pure goodness, the sun planet. So therefore one can get much enlightenment from that planet. And it's considered the eye of the Lord. one eye. The universal form is the eye of the Lord. Gives illumination. So illumination means knowledge, drives away darkness, drives away ignorance. So it's symbolic with light, enlightenment, knowledge. So this is what they're saying. So that, and they're glorifying these attributes, these vibhutis of the Lord, like the sun and all these wonderful things. May that Lord, may that Supreme Lord, who is supremely opulent, be pleased with us. This is what they're praying. Whoever you are, be pleased with us. We're coming here, we're begging your mercy, we're hoping for some guidance from you. And of course the Lord will give them guidance how to retrieve their kingdom, because that's what they want. So even the Lord appears, because generally they don't know who the Lord is. Nobody knows who the Lord is actually. Actually nobody knows who the Lord is, right? Unless one unless the Lord reveals himself, one cannot actually know who the Lord is. Right? We know the Lord is Krishna, right? You know. How do you know? Huh? Prabhupada said that you have faith in somebody else's words. You know Krishna? How do you know? But you don't know him. We have faith that he's God, right? Right? We have faith that he's God. But we don't actually know him, per se, right? Maybe some of us do. Some among you do, maybe. But we have faith that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God because we've heard. But then, so many people have faith, right? So many people have faith in their particular God, and he has many forms. Right? He has the three forms: the impersonal, the localized, and Bhagavan. But the Bhagavan has many forms, and they're all the same. They're all the same potency. You can't say they're any different. And they have their worshippers. So who is the actual supreme? Why we say Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Because we somehow or other. Why we say Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and others will say Vishnu, Narayan is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How is that? How is it? And we're convinced. And other people are convinced. And other people are convinced, even they don't know. Even they say you can't even know God, you form. Some people, but they're convinced. They give up their lives. Some people give up their lives for their mission, sacrifice their lives. Would you do that? You ready to give up your life for your belief? Yes, no? Maybe. Depends what we're doing. Right? It's not, but you see, some people do that, right? It's popular nowadays. How much faith they have. They think they're doing the right thing. They think, the people who don't accept their particular thing, they're off. And we think, we're sure Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God, but they're just as sure. Their way, their path is just as convinced. Must be, otherwise how can they give up their life? It won't be. So how do we know? And how is it that we have accepted Krishna? Yeah.
He reciprocates.
Huh?
He reciprocates.
How does he reciprocate?
People treat him in different ways.
For different people in different ways. How does he reciprocate with you?
He tells me things.
That's Krishna.
When I'm lost, he tells me what to do.
So that gives your conviction. But what about the other people who worship another God and he tells them things and they convinced?
He gives them that faith.
He gives them?
He gives still not faith to worship.
He does. He's very generous. He's very liberal, huh? Whichever way you choose to worship me, Krishna says, I reciprocate. So that's very mysterious. And so you get all these different persons that have realization. They have some conviction there. So they're propagating there. This is the Lord, and this is the way to achieve Him. And they're right, and they're all right, and they're all different. It's very, very bewildering, isn't it? They can all be right, they can all be different. The Sri Vaishnavas, we don't argue, but there isn't this that Vishnu is a we say Vishnu is a sort of incarnation of Krishna. And they say Krishna is an incarnation of Vishnu. So who's right? Huh? Who's more right? Huh?
We are more right.
Well, if you go by figures, mathematics, no, they're more right. Because Krishna only appears once in a day of Brahma, once in the 28th millennium. Vishnu comes always coming. He's coming every what is it? Huh? Every millennium.
Every day of Brahma.
Every
day of Brahma.
every cycle of yugas, right? Every kalpa, then Vishnu comes. But Krishna only comes one time. And that Vishnu is, that Krishna who comes in Gopi Yuga, he's coming from Vishnu. Right? So mostly Krishna is coming from Vishnu. Mostly. It's only once in every kalpa, once in a day that the Vishnu comes directly from Golok. Right? So mostly it is an incarnation of Vishnu. Mostly. Mathematics.
President don't come every time.
Huh?
President don't come every time to stage.
Lecture don't, every day he doesn't.
Every day won't come. President won't come.
Prime Minister.
The president doesn't come all the time.
Doesn't come all the time. Not necessary, yes. That's a special bonus. So why does he come personally?
Out of His mercy.
He can achieve through any of his incarnations. They have the same potency. So Narayan, Prabhupada said Narayan can also play flute. Very nicely. But he doesn't. That's a speciality of Krishna. So why is it that Krishna, why is it that Krishna comes personally? This Krishna, Golok Krishna. Huh?
What is devotees? First devotees.
No, they all come for the devotees. Yes, that's who's speaking. That's Dwarkanath is speaking, yeah?
No, it's Krishna.
Kudaketa. He's Dwarkanath. Huh? That's Dwarka Krishna. Who spoke Bhagavad Gita? Which Krishna? Vasudeva Krishna. Krishna never reached Vrindavan. So who is that? Why does Krishna come? Why does he come? Why does he come personally?
He comes to display his pastimes.
Come to display. They all come to display the pastimes.
And Goloka Vrindavan.
Huh?
From Goloka Vrindavan.
Yeah. Yes. The Goloka Vrindavan. Childhood pastimes.
To reveal the glories of the gopis.
No one else can actually give the highest gift of love of Godhead than Him.
Yeah. Very good.
He reciprocates in different ways.
Distribute the love of God.
He reciprocates with different devotees in different ways depending on how they relate to him.
Yeah.
So with Krishna, to our blue peacock feather Krishna, the devotee sees the Lord as the son, or as a person to serve. And that loving relationship is the highest thing that motivates Krishna to come down and reciprocate with his devotees in that sweet way. The other ones, they go to God and they say, here's my shopping list, or can you take care of this problem? And that's taken care of by a more, kind of distant, judge-like person of Krishna. Not judge in the sense of making judgment, but judge in the sense of austere, kind of ruling person. But the sweet Krishna, he's reciprocating in that loving exchange with the devotee who wants to serve.
We couldn't hear it.
Because he's pure devotee, feeling so much separation, and only original Krishna can mitigate the separation. Like example of the king, his son is drawing at the door, but then he doesn't send a minister to save that son, but he comes immediately by himself. So only Krishna can mitigate the feeling of separation, pure devotee suffering, so Krishna comes.
Only Krishna can mitigate the sufferings of separation that the pure devotees feel, therefore he comes. This is the main reason.
According to me, that Krishna is a great thief, that he descended to the material world to pick up the devotees to the Bhagavatam.
That's his mission, yeah.
What?
But they all do that. That's all the Vishnu comes for the same purpose.
We want to rescue it in the same way, that's Krishna only. That's why he comes. They get the gopis and Radharani was there. So Krishna appeared in Narayan form. So he's asking where is Krishna going. So they don't want to see it like Narayan form. They want to rescue it in Krishna's form.
Yes, Krishna is, the gopis are looking for Krishna. He appears he changes his disguises as Narayan. They say, he's Narayan. Lord, dear Lord, where's our Krishna? Did you see him? But they're not so much interested in him. But still, no?
He comes one day, one time Jidavukram before descendants of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
He comes there and then Lord Chaitanya follows him.
Yes, follows. Because
Why Lord Chaitanya comes and not Lord Chaitanya also is also incarnation of Vishnu. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Once in a day of Brahma, when Krishna comes, then Lord Chaitanya appears the next in the Kali Yuga. All the other Lord Chaitanyas are incarnations of Vishnu. All the other incarnations of Krishna are incarnations of Vishnu. Right. All the other Krishnas are coming from Vishnu, right?
Chaitanya is Radha and Krishna. Vishnu cannot come like Radha and Krishna. It's not possible.
He comes, he says Radha, Lord Chaitanya is an incarnation of Radha and Krishna, so it's not possible it can't be Vishnu who appears. But then, that Lord Chaitanya, he doesn't give Bhajavara. He doesn't give worship of Radha. If it is, if you give worship of Radha Krishna, then they'll be married. They'll be worshipped as the king and queen. It won't be in the Sakyabha. No, the Radha Krishna do come, and the incarnations, but they'll be majestic, like Lakshmi Narayan. The worship of Radha Krishna will be done in that majestic mood. It's only one time they displayed as Brajabhava. Then they're not married. Then they have this parakia, but then when they come as incarnations of Vishnu, then they'll do this fakir pastime. And Lord Chaitanya will also, he'll come, he may give, the Yuga Dhamma may be chanting the holy names of Krishna, but it won't go to Braj, it will go to Vaikuntha. Okay? Don't stare at me like that. Please, give us your own realizations.
Krishna.
No. Sorry, we're in the middle of it. have a doubt.
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the one body.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one body.
In the one body, there are Radha and Krishna.
Radha Krishna.
And they coming only to propagate this highest.
They come to propagate the
highest purpose, means this
conjugal love.
Radha and Krishna, and he's giving his example. He's devotee. He's in the form of devotee. He
comes in the form of devotee.
To show us the way how to attain this highest goal, worshiping.
That's this Mahaprabhu, this time. But the last Mahaprabhu, what was he teaching? Why can't he teach Swakya Ras?
Because it is not by in Bhagavatam.
No, it's not. But he's not coming from Golok, he's coming from Vaikuntha.
Why?
That form of Mahaprabhu is coming from Vaikuntha, he's coming from Narayan.
Reference.
Huh?
Reference.
No.
Reference, please. All the Shastrik people here? All the Pandits? Please help me. Yes.
When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Chandras Thakur describes Lord Chaitanya, he speaks about himself, why after his conversation with Queen Rukmini, so because she told him that you know everything except what your devotees experience, what love they feel. So, and it inspires him, he immediately accept this form and said, I'm gonna come to experience what my devotees feel. It was main purpose. And then also Narada Muni was distressed because there was fallen souls, he was feeling compassion, said, and I will do this yoga dharma to
Yeah, that's okay. That was this Krishna.
Yeah, this.
So he's coming for two primary reasons. One is for the devotees who are feeling separation from him, and the second is his desire to understand the ardent love of Radha, or his girlfriends. That's his own personal desire. He wants to experience that because he can't experience it as the object of love. He wants to be to experience how they feel, because their ecstasy is 10,000 times more than his. So he can't understand that. So he has to take their position to have that experience. Okay? So they're the primary reasons, or the internal reasons, and the other reasons are to preach the Yuga Dharma, preach the process, how to achieve this consciousness, achieve this understanding and realization and position of worshipping Krishna like that, in pure love. We're not discussing that. We're all in agreement with that. But in every kalpa, when the Lord appears at every Gopi Yuga, it's not the Krishna from Golok who comes here. It's an expansion of Narayan, incarnation of Narayan. Is that true? You can be reference. I'm not a Pandit. I'm an imitate. Huh? So how often does he come? How often does Krishna come, Golok? Once, you know? How many days of Brahma are there?
100 days. 100 into 365. 130.
Okay, but Krishna comes every Dwapa Yuga, Krishna comes. Right? No, every Dwapa Yuga, Krishna comes. No, every Dwapa Yuga, Krishna appears, no?
No. Krishna appears not Rajendra Nanda.
Huh?
Not Rajendra Nanda.
Not?
Krishna was Guru Vrindavan, he doesn't appear.
Yeah, but Krishna appears every Gopi Yuga. Right?
Yes, that is possible.
Every Gopi Yuga, but only one of those is coming from Golok. Right?
Right.
So where do the others come from?
Vaikuntha.
Huh?
Vaikuntha.
Vaikuntha. You believe that? Huh? You believe that? You accepting that? Vaishnava is the same. Do you accept that? Reference. Shastic reference, please. You accept it? They will say mum.
It's mentioned.
It's in the books, Prabhupada's books. I cannot.
It's mentioned in the scripture that not always Krishna comes directly.
Yes.
Sometimes comes from Vishnu.
He only comes once in a day of Brahma, but Krishna appears every Gopi Yuga. Krishna incarnation, Krishna appears every Gopi Yuga. But it's not that Krishna that comes from Golok. He only appears one time in a day of Brahma. Where did the others come from? Kedakshay Vishnu. Anyway, with reference. You don't know these things? We don't know? I thought that was our common philosophy. Krishna comes every Gopi Yuga, but only once in a day of Brahma, that Krishna from Golok comes down. Yeah?
But what is the difference between the Krishna who comes from Goloka Vrindavan and the Krishna who is an incarnation of Vishnu?
What's the difference?
What is the difference? If that's what you're saying.
No, well, first accept that it's true that Krishna comes. Does he come every Gopi Yuga or not? No, don't talk about where he comes from, but first, does he come every Gopi Yuga? Yes. But this Krishna, Golok Krishna, only appears once in the day of Brahma. So where does the other Krishnas come from?
What are his pastimes? And what is the difference between his pastimes and the pastimes of the one that comes from Goloka Vrindavan?
They're very similar. He looks like Krishna, she looks like Radha.
But what is the difference?
The difference is mood. The formality, you'll know that Krishna is God and Radha is expansion of Lakshmi. And you worship him like that. You worship him as God. And he's as a king, like a king and a queen, you worship him like that.
So that sounds like Lakshmi Narayan.
Huh?
That sounds like Lakshmi Narayan.
Yeah, exactly. Because they are. They're coming from Lakshmi Narayan.
Then why we are calling Krishna? We can call it Narayan only.
Yeah, but he's got a flute and he's going to play around it. Then Lakshmi's going to get upset.
So where is all this from?
Okay, please go on.
Must be Prabhupada's books, I don't read other books.
Prabhuji, I don't understand why Krishna is not married Radharani and loving any girl.
You read the books, you'll find he does marry Radharani. Sometimes he does. Several times sometimes.
Please reveal us.
Next question. Change the subject.
I'm going to change the subject. The essence of the Bhagavatam, and it's 9 o'clock. Even took about the fire digestion.
I want to ask you about this Siddhatam Samaha Vibhutihe, that we pray that the Supreme Lord becomes pleased with us. So this last line is in all the prayers of Brahma in this section. So this is very significant. Would this be an appropriate prayer for us as practicing sadhakas to offer to the deities?
Yeah.
In what way would it benefit us to offer this prayer?
Because you're saying, may he be pleased with us, may he be, who is the source of opulence, may he be pleased with us, he is supremely opulent, he is full of opulence and power, he has great potency, he's all the different things they're saying.
And how will benefit by this?
How will benefit? You're going before the deity. To offer the prayers, you have to go before the deity. Then that's your benefit. You're seeing the deity, you're in the presence of Krishna. But if you want to offer prayers about other things, his beauty and his magnanimity and his wonderful pastimes, you can also do it. Otherwise, you can offer the prayers for the. They don't really know who they're talking to demigods, you see. Lord Brahma. He's not sure who's actually talking to him. He knows he's the Lord, and he knows he's the Creator, so how are you going to glorify him? So anything that's great in this world, yes, you are the source of this, you are the Himalaya, you are the, you're very great. Without you, we can't exist. We're dependent on you, whoever you are. So if it's the deity of Krishna, then all this, it's already understood. All these Buddhists are there, but when it's a deity of Krishna, Radha Krishna, then he's not so interested in these prayers. Because everyone is worshipping him anyway. He's not interested in these prayers which are tainted with awe and reverence. He much prefers when his devotees approach him in a sulky way, and anyway, that's those devotees that have actual, a feeling for Krishna that they can, or very intimate with Krishna. Those kind of prayers he likes better. Because he knows who he is, he knows his power, he knows everything about it. It's not much fun being God. You're Savagya, past, present, and future. It's not as interested in being God as being. Well, if you're all-knowing, all-powerful, then there's no surprises in life, because you know the future. But if you're not God, then it's you can experience a lot of other things. So that's why Krishna allows his own potency, mudda, to cover him, and to forgetting that he's actual God. Because if that's there, then you can't approach him intimately. You can't deal with him like that. You can't deal with him like an ordinary person. You can't embrace him. You can't get on his shoulders. You can't chastise him. You can't. Of course, there has to be love. It's qualification to get to that proximity. But then you can do all those. You can express all those different emotions and feelings and different intimate dealings with him, which you can't do if he's God. So as God, it's not very interesting, but these are interesting, exciting for him. All types of prayers for all types of people. So Bhagavatam ki. You can bring this topic up when we have one pundit. Maharaj comes, you can give the references. Otherwise, if you can't, I'll jump in the gun
Jump into
Looking at the ceiling.
Yeah,